Hey Equestrians, my name is Antea, I'm the community manager of Cavalry Games, and this is the video where I will address the things you have entered in the survey. But first I want to begin with saying thank you for all the super kind messages and the welcoming back. You've all been really sweet, and even though I wasn't fully away, it does feel really good to make videos again. I also want to thank you for using the survey. There was a lot of input, so it took a while to sort everything out. I won't be able to address everything that has been sent in this video alone, so I picked out the topics that were sent in the most and will address those in this video. Alright, without further ado, let's begin with the Season Pass. Why is the Season Pass 1 month now? It has always been the target from the beginning on to have 12 seasons in a year, so 1 month long seasons. This is to keep things more interesting and to give players more to do on that front. And it's also beneficial for if, for example, a Season Pass has items that you are not really interested in and you want to wait it out until a Season Pass comes by that has items that you're interested in. So you don't have to wait for so long. And we as a studio are now capable to do these releases monthly. But before implementing this, we closely looked at the data of our entire player base to see how long it takes to finish up a season pass on average. And this average still remains within a month. So that tells us that it is reasonable and, more importantly, very doable. And we will continue looking at the data to see if that changes in any way. How does it exactly work with the potential of the horses in the season pass? So right now, the potential of the horses in the season pass are based on and slightly higher than the average of the potential of the horses that you already own. For example, if you have bred horses with a higher potential, then the season pass horses will also have a higher potential. But if your stables are filled with horses that have a lower potential, then the season pass horses will also have a lower potential. This is something new for us, and we are still trying out different things, and we received some feedback from your side that it is a bit confusing and that it also sort of took the joy out of breeding for a higher potential. So for the next season, we are changing it to the potential being based on the level of your trailer. Will the horses in the season pass be a permanent thing? We don't know yet. It is something that we are trying out. What we do know is that we want to start introducing new breeds in the season pass. So for upcoming season, we will have a new breed that will only be exclusively available in the season pass before we are making it available in the store. So season pass holders will be the first to be able to own the new breed. And now that I gave away that there is going to be a new breed, let me give away just a little bit more. The Swedish warmblood horse is going to have some serious competition. I've been playing for a long time already. My stables are filled, horses in the season pass are not interesting to me. It is very true that the season pass, how it is right now, is targeted more to our newer and less experienced players. We also noticed that the majority of our players haven't filled up all of their stables, even if they have been playing for a longer time. This data and the knowledge that stables would make the game way heavier has helped us decide that we won't be adding more stables. So we would like to ask our more experienced and core players with full stables, what would make a season pass more valuable to you? What would you like to see in a season pass to make it more interesting? Let us know in the comments so we can figure out a season pass for all together. Alright, the other thing that of course a lot of you have asked about, the monetization. Why did we change so much regarding monetization and where does the money go to? So Equestrian the game began as an entirely new project created by passionate developers that were just starting in this industry. They had an idea, they wanted to create amazing horse games, which they did. They worked super hard to make ETG happen, and they put all of their love and full devotion into this studio and this game, which also resulted in massive support from an equally passionate community. Because that's what we horse people are. We are passionate. We now have a studio filled with amazing people who all decided at one point in their lives that they wanted to create games for others to enjoy and make their living out of it, including this slightly weird and horse-obsessed community manager. Cavalry Games went from employing 4-5 people to just over 20. What started as a passionate idea from just 2 people has grown into a full running studio. And that all sounds like a fairy tale. But last year reality kicked in and bit us in our behinds, and it bit hard, like leaving a mark, biting. It was painful. It is now clear that the inexperience on our side in the beginning has led to a non-sustainable monetization plan for ETG. Honestly, it was barely existing. The goal was to have a free-to-play game. The only thing is that it was too much free-to-play. We were giving away so much for free that we weren't getting enough income to keep this studio running in the long run, especially during times where game studios were struggling in general. That doesn't take away that in order to keep this studio running and to keep ETG running and to have a future where we can develop more games, we had to make some drastic changes. And that's why all of these changes around monetization happened, to make it as it should have been from the start so that the studio can have a future. Why did these changes happen so fast? Simply said, we had to, given the time we had. We would have preferred it to have done it more gradually, and we understand how chaotic it must have felt because a lot of things changed super fast, multiple times, and they changed a lot. Like, it's different now. It was also us needing to try and find out what would work in a limited amount of time, which resulted in a lot of testing and a lot of fast decision making. This is something you normally don't try to figure out with an already running game, so it wasn't an ideal situation, and it was also quite challenging. Don't the ads give enough income already? It would have been great if this was the case. They do generate income, but it is sadly not enough. Ad revenue is more important in more hyper-casual games, but games like ETG are depending more on in-app purchases. And we really want to avoid sudden pop-up ads because we worry that it will have a negative impact on the gaming experience. Did it work? Now for the important part. Did it all work? Even though it wasn't a great time, and we are really not happy for disappointing our core community, I do feel happy to say that yes, it is working. And that does feel kind of bittersweet to say. But yes, we are getting to a good place, which is giving us more opportunities for the future with this very passionate team. We are closely monitoring the game and how the changes are affecting our entire player base, and it's going well. So for the ones that asked, is this studio and thus ETG dying? No, it's not. It's actually, and thankfully, doing better. Will there be more big changes, and when will it end? So the most chaotic part is over now. And I cannot fully promise that there won't be any more changes, but the most drastic ones have been made. Changing back the building upgrade costs. Now regarding a change where we noticed that it didn't have a positive effect. We are returning upgrading the buildings from costing coins to soft cash again in the next season, apart from the last 4 levels of the stables. So upgrading the buildings will be for soft cash again. What is going to happen development-wise? Is there a roadmap? We do have a bit more space to shift our focus to other things again, and I am very excited to say that yes, we do have some awesome things coming up. And there are some changes on what we are planning to do, but I think it's best if I dedicate its own video on that. So I will discuss our roadmap and our future plans in a next video, combined with talking about the horse trailer, because there were also quite a few questions about that. I hope I cleared a few things up, but yeah, let's keep having this conversation. And I know there are other topics that I haven't touched in this video, but I will try to include them in upcoming videos. I again want to say thank you for all of your input and all of your support. And there are some cool things ahead of us. And it feels good to say that again. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you all have a wonderful week and see you soon. Bye!